Hello, Audioholics. We are here at CES 2016, and we are with a company that's been getting a lot of press lately for their speakers, and we're going to get to the speakers, don't worry. But we're also going to be talking about digital audio, and so to take me through that is going to be Chris Walker. Chris is here with ELAC, and he's going to be showing off the Discovery series.
Hi. This year is actually a big year for ELAC. It's our 90th anniversary as a company, and it's our re-entrance in the consumer electronics category in over 30 years. You know, ELAC was primarily known for turntables in the U.S., but this year they're going to resurge themselves and launch one of the first electronics products is the ELAC Discovery Music Server. The unique thing about the Discovery Music Server is it runs the software by the company Roon Labs, which is getting a lot of press right now. They offer the best integration of metadata, content, playback software, but we're doing things a little bit different. Traditionally, right now, most consumers can get this type of software. They download it on their computer and use their computer as the server. What we've done is taken that source code from that content and made it into an embedded version into this simple box here. This box kind of fixes most of the plumbing issues that you would associate with setting up a network, and it also eliminates the biggest problem with computer-based music, which is the computer. The fact that we've made an embedded version running on this unit, it's an A9 core, is the fact that there is no traditional computer in this. This runs an embedded version of Linux and the Roon software, very much like a TV runs an embedded version of Linux for all its controls or a Blu-ray disc player. The system itself, if you take a look at the back, is designed, has an Ethernet jack for being able to connect to your internet signal. It has a USB port, and that's designed for plugging in a large hard drive full of content. It has a pair of digital outputs and 2 sets of analog outputs, and each one of those outputs are completely independent of each other, so you can play different content in different zones like that. Now, the beauty of the Roon software is also on the Ethernet. You can point it to your NAS device where all your music is stored, but the beauty of the Roon software is it takes, whether it's local content, online content from a NAS device, or even streaming services from Tidal, and presents it in a single beautiful interface. And to make sure that the user interface, which I think is the most important part to a device like this, always stays snappy and always is efficient, is all that metadata that comes on. Even if you have thousands of albums where normally I'd have to pull it every time from the web, what we do is we built in 8 gigabytes of flash memory inside this thing, so all that metadata the first time it comes down is stored locally on the device. So whenever you want to recall it through the user interface, it simply pulls it from this device rather than having to grab it from the internet. It makes the device very fast, very fresh, and actually offers a much better experience.
Kind of all the best parts of a computer system. The great sound, the great flexibility, certainly the super rich metadata, but none of the crashing, none of the flash updates, none of the long startup periods. It's truly simple to set up and simple to use. And we're actually going to be taking a look at that. You're going to walk us through the app a little bit.
Absolutely.
But before we get there, so Roon software, I know one of the things that people love about Roon is that it is super audiophile quality, but you do pay for that quality, $500 a license, right?
So yeah, right now, when you if you were going to use the version for Windows or Macintosh, there's a $100 annual membership fee or subscription fee, or a $500 lifetime subscription fee.
But what we have here is a small box, simple to use. Everything is embedded and ready to go, finished in a beautiful aluminum finish, brushed with a nice glossy panel. 4 potential outputs, so this could be 4 different zones that you could send your music to, plus the license to use the Roon software with this for the life of the product, all for $1,000.
Absolutely. Now, the one thing about the license, it is a lifetime subscription, but it is for this particular device,
right,
and it's to operate within our ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So we will also be offering a nice integrated amplifier that acts as an endpoint, so you can route content to another room. If you wish, the normal Roon software also allows you to output to like such an AirPlay speaker, and there will be other Roon end speakers out there. If you wish to operate directly to those devices or outside of our ecosystem, there will be a one-time up fee to Roon directly for $99. But for most people, they just want to use this as the heart of their music system. All you need is this, and that lifetime subscription is included in it.
Excellent. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the app itself.
So here we have the main overview page. You can see here I have about 1,100 albums currently in my library. Now, this library consists of music coming from a small thumb drive plugged in the back of the device. It also consists of a NAS device that I have over here under a table, but also I've entered my Tidal credentials, so even my Tidal library is also included in this interface. If we go up here and I go to my album view, you can see I've got all 1,100 albums here, and notice you can see how snappy the interface is based on the fact that that content is actually coming from my device rather than having to be looked up again. If you find a particular piece of content here, like I'm going to click on Al Green, you can see how quickly that popped up, but here's a review of that particular album. I can go through the album, I can read the review, I can go back, and if I want to play a particular track, I just click on it, and it actually can choose play and start playing the music. However, say I want to do lyrics. I click on the microphone. Here's the lyrics for this particular track. But one of the best things about this is it allows you to discover who the artists were, who the performers were. If I want to know more about Al Green, I click on Al Green, and it'll bring up, here is a complete biography of Al Green. I can read that. I can go through and say when he was born and where he was born. I can link to his Facebook page, his Wikipedia page. I can look at his top tracks, his made albums, pretty much everything about the man. Now, when I go back to the album view, I think one of the best things about this is if you're an Al Green fan and you're listening to a track and you say, I really love the drummer that played on that, or I love the way this recorded and I like the engineering, you can go to the credits. And the credits area is like a modern day version of the liner notes. Rather than flipping over the CD, you actually pop it on the screen here. I get the label information, but you also notice here, I get a list of everybody that performed on here. I can go back and say, hey, the drummer on this album was Al Jackson Jr. So I click on Al Jackson Jr., and I get his bio, but I can also see everything else that Al Jackson did in my library that he also played the drums on. So now I can go explore other albums that he drummed for. It's a really, really unique experience. From a quality perspective, we support all major high-res formats, everything from an MP3 all the way up to a DSD file. All the content we play locally through the outputs on a local system, but we even have the ability to be able to play content in other zones, either by hardwiring something to the main server, but we also are going to be offering a wireless integrated amp that as soon as you put on your network shows up as an output device that you see here that allows this. And one of the unique features that AELAC has added is the ability to group content. This will allow me to take multiple zones, group it together, and provide synchronized audio so I can have the same music playing in all over the house, or I can have up to 8 different areas playing 8 different pieces of content. It's one of the beautiful interfaces. The fact that we've taken it, built on an embedded version, eliminated the PC from the RISC, added on some of the additional features that we've done, make it a very unique experience, and the price point makes something that was traditionally only available for a very high-end consumer, it kind of makes it available for pretty much everybody. So we're really proud of the fact that we're able to do this.
Fantastic, Chris. Thank you very much. Audioholics, do make sure that you tune in. You catch us with the rest of ELAC's products and all the other folks that are here at CES 2016. And, of course, the YouTube page, youtube.com/audioholics, audioholics.com, and Facebook, Audioholics.